Hello, I'm Dr. Surisha and a warm welcome to you back to my channel. In this video, we'll try to understand the essential emotional needs that really, play a very vital role in one's feeling of self, the feeling of motivation, or the feeling of, fulfillment. Okay, let us see what the basic emotional needs are, which every individual tries to satisfy. Okay, and if those 9 basic emotional needs are satisfied, then we as individuals, we feel, good about ourselves. We feel motivated to work or to perform or to be, basically. Okay, so let us try to understand what they are. The first one is the meaning, the purpose, like why are we here? Okay, that understanding of ourself, the purpose of us being here on this earth, that is very, very essential for any individual to, feel contented, to feel purposeful, to feel that, self-worth, and to understand or to explore or to find out that sense of purpose or sense of meaning for our existence. We can always take certain action or take certain steps to find out that real purpose of our existence. Okay, like self exploration, you can really try to explore yourself. Sit quietly in a place, take time for yourself, avoid all kinds of distractions and try to think. And I tell you, this is not going to happen in one day or 1 month. Okay, this should be like going like a running thought. Every time we have to be reflecting, exploring ourselves. Okay, and we may find a purpose, a meaning when we support a cause, a higher cause, any cause. It can be of your own family or your own self or of the society or at the workplace, whatever be it. But if you genuinely find something, really touching your soul, and if you really feel like supporting that cause, any cause like discrimination, against discrimination, or supporting a girl child, or anything like that, whatever small thing you feel really like supporting. Okay, if you support a cause and work for it, then that gives you that sense of purpose and meaning. Okay, or you can accept a new role, you can take a new role, you can take up a new role, be it professional, like in your office or in your job, accepting new responsibility, or in your personal life, being that supportive friend to somebody, extending that needed support, emotional support, or any form of support, financial support if you really can, to somebody who is really in need, and be that go-to person. If you really become that new and reliable go-to person, right, that kind of responsibility or being fulfilled, that gives us that meaning or that purpose of our existence. All this need not be on a very bigger or a very larger scale. Small things, you can really feel contented, happy. Okay, and the next emotional need is security. We all really need that sense of security. We cannot live, we cannot perform, we cannot be in a situation or in an environment which poses constant threat or danger to us or to our people or to our belongings or to our property or to our job. Okay, any form of threat or insecurity, that really makes us, totally dissatisfied and demotivated and doubtful. We cannot perform when we are in that kind of a situation, in those kinds of insecurities. Be that insecurity be physical, emotional or spiritual, any form of insecurity we cannot tolerate, we cannot perform, we cannot be to our fullest extent. Okay, so we have to strive to get that physical security, emotional security and spiritual security. Most of us, we believe in a superpower God. Not because that is quite logical or rational, but that sense of feeling, that sense of hope, it gives a feeling of security. Okay, that superpower, I think that gives us a feeling of calmness and secured thing. Okay, and for that you may really list out your insecurities or fears or dangers which you think are potentially holding you back. Okay, you can do this little exercise, like you can take a paper and a pen and you can really list out your insecurities, small and big. Okay, and try to take control or try to take actionable measures to overcome those insecurities which are under your control. See, every insecurity or every fear is not like a bouncer. We can handle most of them. The thing is, we may not think about them. Okay, so when you start really listing down your insecurities and fears and start taking certain measurable actions, at least regarding those insecurities which can be controlled, which are under our control. Say, for example, in your house, you may feel insecure. Maybe your colony or your neighborhood is not so safe. That's what your fear is. Maybe you can think of a solution, like you can, install a security camera system. Okay, that way you can feel yourself secured. Or professionally, in your job, you may feel insecure. For that, maybe you can opt for an extra qualification. You can make yourself equipped with extra qualification or extra learning. That way you can be updated and you can overcome that insecurity. Okay, that way you can really, whatever insecurities we can overcome, we can do that. When we take certain action towards overcoming those insecurities, that makes us confident, that gives us that sense of security where we can really perform better. Okay, and the next one is privacy. Privacy, like we all want that time and space to ourselves. Okay, that privacy to reflect and learn. We have to have that little amount of time. In spite of we being very occupied with many responsibilities, personally, professionally, okay, we still, every individual's basic need to privacy is something that is to be restored. We have to have that small little time. We have to take out that time from our busy schedules and we have to reflect, we have to sit in calm. Reflection does not mean making very big discoveries or something. Okay, but we can still take out some time to, reflect and to just go through our everyday routine. Okay, for that, what we can really do is we can maybe think of making an early start, an early beginning. Okay, so just if you get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, try to get up at 6:30 or maybe 6 o'clock in the morning. That way you are getting that extra time and you can use that time for yourself. Or in the evening you can really take out some time, or any time during the day you can be at peace. Sit and try to reflect. That is how you can do that. And journaling is another option. Like you can always try to write down everything that goes on in your mind. Okay, so that journaling will definitely help us in understanding ourselves, understanding our thoughts. If we go through the journal or a diary, we can understand a lot about our own selves, and we can easily find out the mistakes or the dark spots, and we can try to do something about that so that we can have that privacy to ourselves and that little time for ourselves. Okay, next one is autonomy. Autonomy in the sense that freedom to be ourselves, that freedom to be, the power to choose how we live. Autonomy is power. Okay, we cannot be under somebody's constant supervision, personally or professionally. Okay, we all as individuals, we all want certain autonomy, certain freedom for ourselves, and we all would appreciate, would love to have that autonomy to choose, to make a choice for ourselves, how we live, how we behave, how we think, how we speak, how we purchase things. Okay, so that autonomy is one of the very basic, essential emotional needs which everybody would love to satisfy. Okay, so for that you can identify the areas or people which really makes you feel surrendered. Okay, under certain such situations and with some people, we really feel low. They make us feel, low, powerless. And when we feel powerless and when we give away our power to somebody, we feel, congested, right? Which is quite opposite to autonomy, that feeling of freedom. And we cannot let that happen. We have to identify, we have to find out certain situations and those people who really make us feel this way. Okay, and we make really clearly set the boundaries. The boundaries, we should not cross them, and we should not also allow others to cross those boundaries. We should have that space for ourselves, that freedom for ourselves, where everything is we. It is not about any other person, it is all about us. And the next one is attention. We all have that innate desire for attention. We all want to be recognized, identified, valued. Okay, so in order to get that attention, the simplest formula is to give that attention to somebody genuinely. Okay, if you really become that person who really care, who really attend to the needs of others, others need not be a bigger circle, just to your partner, maybe to your close friend, maybe to your close relative, or maybe to your colleague at the office. But when you give that attention genuinely, you will receive that much required attention which really satisfies your emotional need and makes you feel valued, worthy. Okay, and for that you can really do certain things, like you can really check in with people, you can really connect to people at a very personal level. Okay, you can just make a call, you can just mail somebody, just asking their, how are you kind of things, small things, not very big things, really. Okay, and you can really cultivate certain meaningful interactions, just passing time or just killing time is not a healthy thing. You can really say one or two words which really make sense to people who you value. Okay, so try to cultivate that meaningful interactions, not just chit chatting for hours together, which is of no real use. That is not going to make you get that attention or make you feel that value of yourself. Okay, and incorporate self-care, very very essential. See, attention every time need not be from others, from outsiders. Self-care, paying attention to our own self, that is also very very important. You cannot ignore your own mind. You cannot ignore your own heart and soul. You have to take that self-care, like physical care, like, get to a parlor or get things done on your face or your body or to your hair and to your mind as well. Eliminate all the unwanted, unnecessary thoughts. Try to cultivate important and needed thoughts. Okay, that makes you feel, that makes you give that attention to your own self, which is very, very important and even more important than getting attention from others. Okay, next emotional need we can say is intimacy. Very, very important. We all are social beings. We all are, human beings. We cannot exist in isolation. We cannot bear that loneliness. We all are bound to have those intimate relationships with others. Okay, see, like being accepted for who you are, that is a real intimate relationship. Okay, when you are accepted with all your flaws, with all your mistakes, with all your disappointments, with all your failures by that one or two people in your entire life, then that is your intimate, close to heart relationship, which you have to really treasure it and preserve it at any cost. Because you cannot live without those intimate relationships, and for that you have to continuously examine your relations with others. See, thing here is we cannot have intimate and very close relationships, heart to heart relationships with everybody we meet, with everybody we talk. But with that one or two people, you have to really examine the relationship, diagnose the relationship, if any flaws or if any blocks are there, what are really causing you not having those intimate relationships. You have to continuously diagnose it, examine them, and try to take measures or actions which can really make you intimate or close to few people. Okay, and you have to overcome, like you have to do whatever you can in your power, in your capacity, to overcome those blocks and get close, real close to just one or two people. And if you really can get closer to more people, you are more lucky. Okay, and community connection. Of course, as I just now said, we are all, social beings. We need to have that social acceptance, social connect. We cannot exist on our own. Okay, and here this thing is like community connection, in the sense we have to connect to something bigger than our own self, something larger, something more open, more in terms of community. We can really try to give away something back to the society. And by giving away, I don't mean your finances. Okay, finances are just one of the things that we can really give back, to the society, to the people in need. And when we really do that, in terms of say volunteering, in terms of say mentoring, in terms of giving a real valuable advice to the good of the society, or volunteering for a cleanliness job, or you can teach something to people who are really in need of things or in need of your knowledge. Okay, so giving away can be done in many ways, many ways. You can think of it, and you can, if you do that voluntarily without expecting anything back, that is a real community connect. And you really feel, believe me, very happy and very contented if you do that, because you are not doing it for something in return. You are genuinely doing that. And when you really do that, you feel that fulfillment of this emotional need. Okay, and the next one is sense of self. What we think of ourselves, what we do to become better. to become more matured, okay, to become more developed and to become that better version of our own selves. What kind of self concept do we hold? What kind of, sense of self do we have of our own personality? And see, in our thoughts, in our mind, we know who we are really. Nobody else can know that apart from our own selves, like what we really are in the mind. Okay, and if we have certain blocks or certain negativity or certain, bad things or bad thoughts in our personality, we can always try to, overcome them, and we can always try to, become better versions of ourselves. And this we have to do for our own selves, not for anybody else. Okay, and when we practice that and when we become better people, better individuals, then we feel so very peaceful and calm inside, and so very, fulfilled. Okay, that is the basic emotional need which we all have to, be fulfilling. Because if we do not carry that self-worth, we cannot be motivated to perform for others or for, just for other people or for just, show off. We cannot do that unless and until we become better from within. Okay, and the next one is sense of achievement. We all have that, we all should have that sense of achievement, that we can really achieve something, accomplish something, we can succeed at something. Okay, personally, professionally, whatever be the achievements, we have to believe in ourselves that we are capable of achieving something, okay, of accomplishing something. Okay, until and unless we have that sense of accomplishment or achievement, we cannot feel that motivation to perform. Okay, so for that, what we can really do is we can list out all our accomplishments, be it small or big, personal or professional. Just try to list out all that you have achieved, maybe your degree or maybe your friendship, maybe your promotion, okay, or maybe you might have quit some smoking or quit drinking. Okay, so whatever small thing you have achieved, or maybe you have stopped eating sweet for the past few days, that itself is an accomplishment. Accomplishment need not be every time, world breaking. Any small thing which makes you happy, that itself is an accomplishment. You can list it down and you can feel that worth. Okay, and you can also, list out all your bouncing back situations where you have really bounced back, where you have survived. You might have suffered a personal loss, but still you could bounce back. You might have lost a job, but still you could get another job. Or you might have failed miserably at a relationship, but you are bouncing back. You have come back from that grief, from that pain. That also is an accomplishment. That is what I mean to say. Accomplishments need not always be, quantitative. Emotional accomplishments also are to be counted, and that really gives that sense of worth. So that is how the emotional needs, the basic emotional needs, we as people, as individuals, as human beings, basically all should be fulfilled. Okay, so that we can feel that, sense of self worth and motivation to do things. Okay, thank you.